What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to SeaWorld Productions. So which is the better Halloween trilogy, guys? We have the Thorn trilogy, of that being Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, and Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. And then we jump forward to Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, the Blumhouse Trilogy, you guys. The most recent Halloween films. Now, you guys, the Halloween franchise as a whole is beloved in my family. I absolutely love and adore Michael Myers and the world that it's created. John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, thank you guys so much for introducing this character, Michael Myers. The franchise as a whole means so much to me. And obviously, Halloween 78 is one of my all-time favorite films, you guys. Not just all-time favorite horror film, it's one of my all-time favorite films I can rewatch any day of the week, you guys. So which is the better trilogy? Now, they are both very much flawed. Majority of the Halloween films are very much flawed, like your Halloween Resurrection, or, your Rob Zombie Halloween films, which we can all agree are dog shit. They are terrible. I'm sorry. If you like them, good for you. But I absolutely despise those films. I despise Rob Zombie's filmmaking as a whole. House of a Thousand Corpses was cool, but everything after that, you guys, Rob Zombie, all his films are the exact same. The aesthetic, the feel, the violence, there's nothing different, you guys. So I don't even want to talk about those Rob Zombie movies. But the Thorn trilogy versus the Blumhouse trilogy, you guys, this is a duel, right? So which trilogy is ultimately better? A lot of people give the Thorn trilogy a lot of flack and a lot of hate because people don't like the idea of Michael Myers having a sense of purpose and a reasoning behind what he's doing and why he's going after his family and the bloodline. So I get where fans are upset about that. They're like, Michael Myers, he's pure evil. There is no explanation. You don't need to explain why Michael Myers is the evil that he is. And with Halloween, the Blumhouse trilogy, it's a continuation of the 78 film. And I'm not putting in the 78 film attached to this because Blumhouse didn't make the 78 film. But with Halloween 2018 and then leading into Kills and Ends, I appreciate what's his name? David Gordon Green was ultimately trying to accomplish and what big swings he was taking when trying to make more Halloween films. I think that with Halloween 2018 being such a massive success, I ultimately think that there wasn't any ideas to do a Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. I think that it was supposed to end with Halloween 2018, but Blumhouse was like, we'll give you more money. Let's make more Halloween films. And then that's when we had Halloween Kills, which I think was a subpar sequel to Halloween 2018. And then Halloween Ends, you guys, I think it's one of the worst Halloween films. I put it at the bottom with the Rob Zombie films. I ultimately just didn't like the swings that David Gordon Green was attempting to go for. I like how he was trying to draw inspiration from Christine, a Stephen King book and a John Carpenter film, which I really loved, but it ultimately fell flat. The character of Corey, I thought that was such a terrible mistake and a terrible decision. I didn't like how he had this weird connection with Michael Myers. Michael Myers was hidden away in the sewers. Ultimately, you guys, that film was so dissatisfying. How in the hell did Halloween H2O had a better finale between Laurie and Michael than Halloween Ends? I don't know why. That last fight scene between these two characters was so disappointing. I was like, what is going on here? This kitchen scene sucked. It was terrible. It was just bad, But, the ultimate, talk of the town is, which trilogy is ultimately better. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers was a lot of fun. It was different seeing, this world without Laurie Strode and him going after her daughter, and introducing the whole Thorn storyline at the end of the movie, him escaping the prison, and then okay, we can all agree the Revenge of Michael Myers isn't the greatest as well. It's not. It's ultimately a bad Halloween film. I do put that towards the bottom as well. I would go Rob Zombie, Halloween 2, Halloween, Rob Zombie. Then I go Halloween Ends, and I'm going Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. So it's definitely at the bottom tier of the Halloween films. And then, we lead towards, The Curse of Michael Myers, which I ultimately think that, The Curse of Michael Myers is the scariest Halloween film in the entire franchise. I do. It's got a young Paul Rudd in there. I think it's the most brutal. Oh, no, I wouldn't say the most brutal because we all saw Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills was just an absolute bloodfest, you guys, of a sequel. But I do think that, with The Curse of Halloween, I think that is probably the most underrated and the most scariest Halloween film in the franchise, with some of the best kills as well. It's a continuation of the whole Thorn storyline. And I don't know if you guys have seen the producer's cut. If you haven't seen the producer's cut, I highly suggest you check it out. It's very intriguing to see what the producers really wanted to do with the whole Thorn storyline. And it was interesting. It was interesting to say, least to the most, But, if I had to pick, a trilogy that I liked more, I have such a disdain taste in my mouth the way with Halloween Ends ended, because it was so it was one of my most anticipated films of that year, and to see the film wrap up and to know that Jamie Lee Curtis is no longer going to be playing Laurie Strode anymore, I was just heartbroken by the end of that movie. I couldn't believe what I witnessed. So I would give the Thorn trilogy a slight head over the Blumhouse trilogy. Although I do think that Halloween 2018 is probably the second best Halloween film. It probably is. I really enjoyed what, they kind of reestablished within the Halloween franchise. I like the whole 40 years after, 78, and Laurie's dealing with all this post-traumatic stress. Halloween 2018 was such a great film. I really loved it. Even if it does take the number 2 spot in the franchise for me, you guys, the sequel thereafter just really didn't land for me. Now, I didn't hate Halloween Kills. I didn't. I thought Halloween Kills was a fun movie. Like, it was a great, continuation of Halloween Night. Michael Myers just going through Haddonfield, murking off everybody. We got to see returning characters like Tommy Doyle and Lindsay Wallace. Like, all of that, and, the nurse. Like, all of that stuff was cool. I was like, oh, man, this is nostalgic. But it just, as a sequel, it could have been better. But, like, that's the issue with these Halloween films. What can you do that's so drastically different that hasn't been done before? That's the issue. And that's what I say. I appreciate what David Gordon Green did with his trilogy. He was trying something different. He understood that I got to do something different. There's been so many Halloween films. Like, how do we continue on this story without it feeling so repetitive of the history of Michael Myers in Haddonfield? And I understand that because Halloween Ends and Halloween Kills definitely dealt with a lot of paranoia and sense of community coming together. It's just it didn't land too well with me. In the whole hospital scene of evil dies tonight, I was just like, oh my God, what are we doing here? What is happening? Like, they could have took all of that shit out. Laurie was in the hospital the entire movie, you guys. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm going to give the slight edge to the Thorn trilogy because, the whole mysticism and the whole idea of Michael Myers kind of having a sense of purpose of his evil, I thought was really intriguing to me. Now, I still want to see, if I'm Blumhouse, I'm doing a direct sequel from Halloween 4. I'm not having Halloween 5 and 6 being canon, and I'm bringing back, little Jamie Lloyd, the actress to play her, and I'm doing something along those lines because I feel like you can kind of lean a little bit more into the Thorn storyline. Like I said, I enjoyed the Thorn storyline. I thought it was cool. I thought it was refreshing. I was like, oh, this is intriguing. The whole tattoo and, the whole, kind of cult behind it. I was like, this is kind of fun. I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I mean, which trilogy would you prefer? Would you prefer the Thorn trilogy or the Blumhouse trilogy of the recent Halloween films? Like I said, they're just so drastically different. Both trilogies are so different, and, different time periods and everything as well. Different creators, it's just, it definitely, at least fans divided. And I got this topic off X and Twitter. Somebody said which trilogy was better, and I was like, oh wow, that would be a great topic for a good video. I can really talk about this. And I love talking about Halloween. I love talking about this franchise, Michael Myers. You name it. You got brand new video games coming out from Halloween. And I'm hoping that we still do get more Halloween further down the line, you guys. But obviously, I feel like you reboot it and you move forward because with the whole, Laurie Strode storyline, that's wrapped up. It's done. We got to move on from that. Jamie Lee Curtis is no longer going to be returning to the role of Laurie Strode. That is done, you guys. But post your comments down below. Honest thoughts and opinions, you guys. Which is the better trilogy? I'm giving the Thorn trilogy a slight head of, the whole Blumhouse trilogy. That's just personally how I feel, you guys. That's my personal experience, with all three films. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Which one do you like better? And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching C-Roll Productions. Peace.